Hey guys, just wanted to make a video on ATAS or ATAS. I'm not sure what the correct pronunciation is, but I wanted to branch out from Sierra Chart, start trying some new platforms, especially now that it's almost Black Friday. A lot of these platforms are going to have deals, and so it's kind of the perfect time to buy, especially if you're going to buy for 3, 6 months or a year. So you can get that discounted price plus the Black Friday deal. And I believe ATAS has a deal going on, so they're going to be giving away some licenses to buyers and people that reserve for the Black Friday deal. So I kind of wanted to give them a shot, and so I'm going to kind of give my first impressions, and I have links down below if you want to try out ATAS or sign up for their deal. So first things first, the layout without any charts open, coming from Sierra Chart, it looks very clean. I really like the black layout, and then all of these menus here look very clean and organized. And also it's all black, where a lot of Sierra Chart people will try to make their charts black, but you kind of have to do gimmicky workarounds to make that happen. So overall, it looks super clean. Going into the charts, the first thing I noticed when opening up ATAS in the charts is they look super clean, like right out of the box. And another thing too is you can kind of like Windows platform or Windows operating system, like you can snap stuff to the right or left side. So you can do that same thing with the charts. As you can see, it looks really clean out of the box. And one of my favorite things that I noticed about ATAS the first time I opened it is I zoomed in on the chart, and they have, once you zoom in to a certain extent, it turns the candlestick bars into footprint bars, which I think is really cool if you're going from a higher time frame where you're not looking at the order flow down to a lower time frame. You will get to the footprint bars, and the scaling on these when you scale in and out works perfectly. I think sometimes on Sierra Chart the scale kind of gets messed up for this text. But it's super clean, and instead of having to go into any settings or right click, go to indicators or whatever, how you would with Sierra Chart, you can go directly from the side here, which I find is super nice. You can just change the settings for the footprint here on the side to however you want it to display, whether you want to bid versus ask, delta, have the histogram, or what have you. It is super nice and clean. And then also it kind of has this functionality that's somewhat like you would have on TradingView, where you can remove certain studies, or I would call them indicators. Sierra Chart calls them studies in a lot of senses, where you can, let's say you have this, you can remove that here. So I find all of that super nice. It's very usable, like right out of the box, as you can tell. Like just pulling up this chart, there's no funny business, nothing that you really have to learn that's super in depth. Also, another thing that I thought was cool about the charts is you can add this DOM trader, which adds a heat map with bookmap-esque chart here, all onto the exact same chart. So it's just all on this same chart. You have the footprint, and then you have this coupled together. And no, I don't have level 2, so it's not going to show the full extent. And then you have the chart trader, which coming from Sierra just looks super clean, super nice, and just looks good right out of the box. And I'm gonna add a smart DOM. So the DOM, and you can do this, Attach that there. I'll make it smaller. But the DOM also is super clean straight out of the box. You can see it kind of has, I forget what it's called, but how you can see where prices moved, and it kind of decays the highlights here on the sells and the buys columns. I find that super nice. And then you also have the trading stuff up here, which is super clean, flatten, reverse, and obviously you can expand that if you wanted, kind of like you have here. And also I noticed, coming from Sierra Chart, I really like customizability, and I feel like ATAS kind of has the perfect merge of being customizable while also being like consumer friendly right out of the gate, because Sierra Chart is going to take months to master, whereas ATAS, from just using it as for like a week, it's very easy to become comfortable with, and it's very usable out of the box, where you're not going to have to waste time learning all the ins and outs. And so you can see they have a lot of the stuff that we look at. You got the tape. You gotta add that here, and then just make it smaller. Also has a cool functionality on the tape. I'm gonna change the filter to kind of make it more visible, but let's make the minimum volume, say 20. So up here, kind of like how these highlights fade, it also has a highlight here that fades, so you can see kind of how fast the tape is going, or the speed of the tape there as time goes on. Even if you're not looking at it, you can kind of see that trail left and how it decays over time. And you can do this in Sierra Chart on the DOM, and I've seen people do it, but it's a very gimmicky way of doing it with doing different time frame volume profiles, and just have it show one tick, and then just having it be a gradient in color. But it's super like finicky to do. So far, like all of this to me there's a lot of advantages coming from people who aren't wanting to have to spend 3 months to master a platform, while also having it be very clean, very customizable, and very usable right out of the box without having to do any customizations. So in the future, I'm going to do some tutorials on kind of how to set up different things or customize different things in ATAS. But as you can see, there's not as much to do, as it's perfectly usable and nice right out of the box. I'm going to continue trying to review platforms and kind of compare them in prices. So down in the description, I'm going to put the affiliate link if you guys want to check out ATAS. And then I'm going to also post a Google Sheets doc that I'm going to be editing that will kind of show the price differences between all the platforms and kind of the features and all of the differences. So far, I don't have the features, but I have the price comparisons for the main platforms that I'm comparing. So go check that out, and that's it for this video.